Hi everyone, my name is Surasit. I'm a UI designer from Design Code. In this course, we will design this beautiful app from scratch in Figma. It will be exciting. We will build the complete app design. We're going to use a flat style using simple two-dimensional element and glass morphism and dark mode with neon color. To make the design more unique, we will add more depth to the gradient, the shutter button, the depress button, and make the icons float. We're going to play with the stroke to make the zoom controller. And we will curve the separator and the category. So are you ready to get started? So let's do it. Thanks to Play, this video is completely free. Play lets you quickly design and prototype mobile app. You can preview your design on your device where you create it using native iOS feature and share it with a sample URL. It's available for iPhone and iPad. Also, you can collaborate in real time on your design system with your team. Create high fidelity, micro interaction, and complex gesture like panning, dragging, and advanced scroll trigger. Your design can also be imported from Figma, which is very useful. Try Play for free. To follow this course, you will need the iOS 16 UI kit. This will contain hundreds of components and template, demo, and everything that you need to start designing for iOS. And we're going to use the Noto font by Google Font, which is a collection of high-quality fonts with multiple weight and width. Google Fonts are free to use. And we're going to use the icon from the SF symbol browser plugin from Figma with over 4,000 symbols. And we're going to use image from Unsplash, a plugin in Figma. And then you can go on their website, unsplash.com. And the last thing that you need is a copy of my Figma file. And voila, we are ready to get started. In this section, we're going to design the onboarding and the home screen. So click on plus. We're going to design on this page. Click on F on your keyboard and we're going to use iPhone 14 Pro. Set 50 on the corner radius. We're going to change the color to name the layer by onboarding. So go to Asset. We need a home indicator and the start bar. Select start bar, align horizontal center and align top. Select the home indicator, align bottom and horizontal center. We need the camera image and the wallpaper. Select the camera photo, bring it inside the frame. Go to rotation, set to 30. X position -507 and Y position 256. Okay, now instead of doing a background, I'm going to use this background that I find in Unsplash. And I'm going to place the X position to -133 and the Y position -121. Go to layer and select color dodge. Voila. So I want to hide this part. So what we're going to do is create a frame. Click on F. The size is going to be 393 and 334. Adding bottom and horizontal center. Go to fill, choose linear. And the color at the bottom is going to be 100 on the opacity. Color on top is going to be the same. So I'm going to just copy the number and pass. And we're going to change the opacity to 0. I'm going to take the color at the bottom and move up like this. And voila. And inside the frame, I'm going to add a text. And don't forget to use Noto sound. Bold size is going to be 40. Go to line 8, select Auto. Align left and Auto Edge. Align horizontal center. Now select back the home indicator and align bottom. So the spacing between from the home indicator is 108, like this. Now we're going to create a gradient button. Okay, we're going to change the size to 15. Adding left, auto width, go to type setting and select uppercase. We're going to add an auto layout. So shift plus A, go to fix width and fix 8. It's going to be 200 and 44. Adding center, corner radius 230. Go to fill, linear. First color is going to be, and the color at the bottom is going to be 100 opacity. You're going to change the color of the text to black. Select the frame. I'm going to add outline, color white, inside with 0.5. Go to blend more and choose overlay. I'm going to add effect, inner. It's going to be 336. The color is going to be. Now we're going to select the frame and align horizontal center. And the spacing from the home indicator is going to be 22. And it's supposed to be 22 from the text. Perfect. Select the starter bar and put at the top. And now we're going to name all the layer. I'm going to group the two images together. So voila, we are done with the first screen. Now let's go to the next step. So we're going to duplicate the frame. On group button, delete everything except the starter bar and the home indicator. Go back to the asset, bring the SF symbol icon. So we're going to need icon. We're going to need the plus. Place all the icon inside our auto layout of 44 and 44. And the color is, first we're going to create a frame and the size is going to be 393 and 44. Make sure to align horizontal center. And the spacing between the status bar is going to be 0. Make sure that the icon inside the frame. I'm going to add a title, My Studio. The size is going to be 20. Make sure that the font is Tonosa, auto width, and text align left. We're going to select align horizontal center and vertical center. Click on the icon, X position 285. I'm going to select the plus icon. It's going to be 329. And the spacing between the frame is 20 and between the icon is 0. Now we're going to create a category and we're going to use a class icon from glass morphism style icon and iconic glass icon. But you can find an asset. Now I'm going to create a frame. So click on Add and the dimension is going to be 7, 4 and 7, 8. So it's a frame. I'm not going to add a background color. Inside, I'm going to create a circle 44 by 44 and click on align horizontal center and click on option to see the spacing. It's going to be 24 from the bottom and 0 at the top. I'm going to delete fill and add stroke. The color is going to be opacity 50. Name it by base. And now I need icon. I'm going to select the first. I put them in a frame of 44 by 44. And I'm going to align with the circle like this. So select album and base, put them in a group, call it icon. And now I'm going to create another frame, 7, 4, and 20. And I'm going to align top and align horizontal center. And I'm going to name it by text. And inside, I'm going to write a category, which is album. So select auto width and align left. We're going to change the color to align horizontal center and vertical center. And the spacing from the circle is 4. Now we're gonna name the frame by album. We're gonna do the spacing after that. Now I'm gonna duplicate the frame. Select the album layer, add auto layout to do the spacing, and it's going to be 0, adding a horizontal center. Now I'm going to ungroup and change the icon and the text and the name of the layer. So the spacing is gonna be 16. I'm gonna select video. I'm gonna move down of 20 pixel. And the gallery, I'm gonna move down of 30 pixel. Fabric is going to be 20 pixel. And now I'm gonna create a separator. I'm gonna create a line and I'm gonna make it curve to fit with the category. Select L. Make sure the rotation is 0 and the width is 393 and the color is the same color of the text. So click on Control C to have the eye draft. And now we're gonna select this color, 20%. Now go to Edit. Click on the pen tool. I'm gonna press on the line and move down. I'm gonna change it to 37. I'm gonna align with the basement of gallery. The basement is the invisible line here. So I'm gonna place it like this. So now we're gonna move off 20 pixel. I'm gonna name separator 1. Now I'm gonna duplicate. So we're gonna create a lighting separator. It's going to be the selected gallery. I'm gonna change the color. Place the color in vertical. Now we're gonna play with the opacity. The first is gonna be 0, and then the second 20%, and the middle 100. This one 20%, and the last 0. And now we have to put the opacity to 100. Go to the width size, change it to 3. Now I'm gonna add some glow, but first let me modify a little bit. So I'm gonna place it like this. Now I'm gonna duplicate separator. Now select separator 2, go to effect, layer blue, put 8. For the select, I'm gonna change the text color to the same color of the lighting. Go back to the text, change it to bold. Select all the separator, put them in a group. Now select all the category. We're gonna place them in a group. And then I'm gonna put in another group. So spacing is gonna be 16 between the top navigation. Okay, now we're gonna create a curved layout for the gallery. We're gonna create a rectangle. The size is gonna be 393 and 260. Make sure to align a horizontal. And what we're going to do is to create a curve. And I want to have the same curve. Select separator 1. I'm going to duplicate, put on top. We're gonna change the color so we can see. To align horizontal, and I'm gonna align top with the rectangle. And then I'm gonna duplicate, go to rotation 180, and I'm gonna do the same curve at the bottom. So I'm gonna align at the bottom, select the rectangle, go to edit, and select pen tool. I'm gonna play and try to have the perfect curve. So I'm going to zoom in. So now we're gonna look at the curve. We're gonna do the same thing at the bottom. So I'm gonna hide the separator for the moment. And now what we're gonna do is gonna create another rectangle. The size is gonna be 2007 and 260. And I'm gonna align with the other rectangle. And I'm gonna select the new rectangle and this one. Go to bowling group and subtract selection. And now I have the curve layout. Now I want to have the other side. We're going to duplicate and we're going to go to rotation and 180. So I have the two sides and I'm gonna align. And we're going to select flatten selection to each. So you can see and the rotation is 0. So we're gonna create another curve layout. We're gonna do the same technique. So create a rectangle, 393,260. I'm gonna take this separator to have the same curve. I'm gonna duplicate. Now I'm gonna click on the rectangle. I'm going to exit and go to bend tool. And voila, delete the separator. I'm gonna change to 260. So create a rectangle, the size 207 and 260. And I'm gonna align with the rectangle. I'm going to duplicate this rectangle. So select the big rectangle and the small, go to subtract. So I have one. Now we're gonna do the same thing. 207 and 260. I'm gonna select the two and we're going to subtract. And voila. Now we're gonna flatten each rectangle. And voila. So now I'm gonna go like this. And now I'm gonna move down 20%. Okay, now we're gonna add photo. The next part, we're going to create the custom tab bar. So you can see that the home indicator is at the bottom. We're gonna put it at the top. We're gonna group all the photo together and name it gallery. First, we're going to create a rectangle. The size is 393 and 111. Align bottom and align horizontal. Go to fill, linear. Color at the top is going to be at the bottom is going to be 100. Yeah, I'm gonna place the color like this. Now we're gonna create a same curve. So I'm gonna use again one of the separator to guide me. So select the rectangle, click on the bend tool, and now we're gonna place like this. Now I can delete the separator. I'm gonna go to stroke, linear, gonna place an vertical. All the color is white. I'm gonna add full color like this, but we're going to play with the opacity. So it's gonna be 0, 100, 100, and 0. Go to overlay. We're gonna name it like base. Now we need an icon. So I need photo for this studio. And the other one is gonna be this one for exit. So I'm gonna select studio and exit. I'm gonna add auto layout. So shift plus A. And the spacing between them is gonna be 185. I'm gonna align horizontal center. So the spacing from the home indicator is going to be 0. And now I'm going to remove the home indicator because this is going to be the spacing for the home indicator. So I cannot put my eye at the bottom because it's going to be for the home indicator. The other place is a safe area except for the status bar and a home indicator. So I'm just going to hide it. Now it's time to do the circular gradient button. Create a circle. Dimension is 74 by 74. So I'm going to add in with the base and I'm going to select my first button. I'm going to copy property and then pass property. I'm gonna duplicate the circle, select Eclipse 1. I'm gonna add layer blue to 8. I'm gonna create a smaller circle, 54 by 54. So we will create a hole and the button, and we're gonna make the icon float. Top color is going to be, second color is 100. Add effect, inner shadow, -2, -2, blur 4, color 100. Add another inner shadow. This time it's gonna be a darker color, 4, 4, and 4, color black. Now we need camera. We're gonna center. Okay, so I realized that I already have shadow on my icon. Click on the icon, add effect, drop shadow, 10, and 10, and the color is black, 50%. We're gonna try overlay. So I'm gonna select the gallery again. I'm gonna put like this, and I'm gonna move down of 20%. So we're gonna group the camera and the three circle and name it by camera button, the frame tab. So select everything and a frame and name it by tab bar. Now let's go to the next step. In this section, we will design the most fun part, the camera mode. We're going to learn how to use stroke to create the zoom controller inspired by a camera. And we will use glassmorphisms and make a different style for the camera button. Click on F. We're going to use a frame. Take the same color background. It's going to be set 50 on the corner radius. So I'm going to take the status bar and the home indicator. Adding button. So we're going to create the top navigation. Okay, I'm just going to hide the other frame. Click on F. We're going to create another frame. The size is 393 and 44. We're going to name it by top navigation. So I need the chevron down, the live photo, and the flash. So the spacing between the frame and the status bar is 0. Let's take the live icon, click on adding vertical center, and the spacing from the right is 20. Take the flash, click on vertical center, the spacing is 20 from the left. And now we're gonna take the chevron down, click on adding horizontal center and vertical. Okay, now let's go to the next step. Choose a photo from Unsplash, or you can use my and the asset file. So I'm gonna select this photo. Okay, now we're gonna create a rectangle. Dimensions is 393 and 531. Now we're gonna place the photo on top. Okay, we're gonna group them together and name it by photo. And we're gonna click on the rectangle and use hash mask. We're gonna create another rectangle, dimension 393 and 200, adding button. And the color is gonna be the color of the background. Click on Ctrl C to have the eye drop. Now we're gonna create the zoom controller. Create a circle. The size is 426 and 426. We're going to use this color. So Ctrl C to have the eye drop. And we're going to use overlay. Now we're gonna add stroke. And the color is going to be black, 30%. Add effect background blur, going to be 40. Now we're gonna name by base. Put behind the rectangle. Adding horizontal center. Now I'm gonna move down. Okay, now we're gonna create another circle. Duplicate this one. Go to stroke. I'm gonna use the same color of the background. I'm gonna copy the color and I'm going to remove it. We're going to change the color. Change to inside. Put 100. we want to click on constraint trajectory, change the size to 420. Gonna change the width to 16. Go to advanced stroke setting. Stroke style is going to be dash. Dash is going to be 2 and gap 20. Now I'm going to remove background blur, duplicate, select the first. Here we're gonna change the color to white. Change the width to 6. Go to advanced stroke. We're gonna change to dash 1 and gap 1. Put this one below the other circle. Now we're gonna group them together. Name it by controller. The white color is too light. Reduce the opacity to 20%. Okay, now we're going to create an arrow to select the zoom controller. So we're going to use polygon and go to rotation. We're going to change to 180 and put 1 in the corner radius. The dimension is 6 by 35. And the color is going to be this color. So right click on flatten. So you will see the rotation is become 0. Now we're going to change the size to 6 and 18. Click on T. Make sure to click on auto fit and text align left. I'm going to use the same color of the arrow. Duplicate the text. Go to type setting and use uppercase. I'm going to select the two text and I'm going to add an auto layout. Spacing is going to be 4. Make sure to align center. Now we're gonna align with the arrow like this. And the spacing from the arrow is gonna be 4. Yeah, I'm gonna duplicate the text. I'm gonna change the name layer by 77 mm. I'm gonna change it to 3 and 77. But we're gonna change the text style to regular and choose this color instead. And I'm gonna duplicate again. So I'm gonna place like this. It's gonna be 30 on the rotation. It's gonna be negative 48. Okay, now I'm just going to rename the layer. Now I want to hide this part. So we're gonna create a rectangle. I'm gonna bring the rectangle on top of the base and then I'm gonna right click and click on the use hash mask. Voila. We're gonna group everything except the rectangle. Group them in another group named by controller. You have to place the rectangle at the top. Okay, now we're going to create a sample category. Click on T, we're gonna write, I'm gonna use uppercase, and the color is going to be this color. We're gonna add an auto layout, and the spacing is going to be 24. And the spacing between the image selected is going to be 16. The category is photo, adding in the middle of this line. So I'm gonna select photo. I'm gonna change the color to the same light blue and change to bold. Okay, now I need icon. Other icon is already in auto layout of 44 by 44. Now go to fill. The corner radius 50 and then go to fill. Linear. First color is going to be second color. Stroke. Linear. Top color is white. At the bottom is black. So select the color white, change the opacity to 30% and the bottom 30%. We're gonna add inner shadow. It's gonna be 0, 2, 2, and the color is white, 20%. We're going to change the color of the icon to this one. Okay, go back to blend more and choose overlay for the outline. We're gonna create the shutter button, create a circle of 60 by 60. I'm going to copy the property of the switch button and pass property. Now we're gonna create a bigger circle. The size is 70 by 70. Make sure to put at the bottom a link with the smaller circle. Okay, now we're gonna remove the fill. Solid. Change the width to 3. Blend more normal. Go back to inner shadow. It's going to be 0.5 and blur 0.5 color white. We'll put 100. And now I'm going to add another inner shadow. Negative 0.2, 0.2 color black 100. We're going to go to advanced style, use dash 50 and 1. So this space at the bottom is not a safe area. It's for the home indicator. We're gonna put it at the top. Okay, now it's missing some glow. I'm gonna duplicate the circle, select this one, remove inner shadow, and I'm gonna add instead light blue to 8. But the color is too light. I'm gonna change it. Now we're gonna group everything. How we're gonna do the spacing is 24 from the home indicator and align horizontal center is going to be 20 from the right, and we're going to align with the shutter button. And voila, we are done for this screen. Now we're gonna do the mode portrait, renamed mode photo. Now duplicate, going to be mode portrait. Go to asset, we're going to change to this custom icon that I make. So to save time, we're just going to copy and paste. Okay, we're gonna remove the stroke, except the base, and we're gonna place inside. And now, of course, we have to change the selected text to portrait. Now, I just realized if you look at your application from your iPhone, portrait come before panel. So I'm just going to switch the place like this. So, and voila, we are done. Now let's go to the next step. In this section, we're going to design the crop rotate and the brightness screen. I'm going to duplicate this frame. I'm going to hide the rest. So I'm going to change the name to crop and rotate. I'm going to delete everything except the home indicator, the top navigation, and the search bar. And I need the pencil icon. I'm going to place next to the more icon. Okay, I'm going to select the two, add an out layout, and the spacing is going to be 0. And I'm going to click on vertical center, and the spacing from the right is going to be 20. Instead of the chevron down, I'm going to add a title inside. No to start, bold, size 20, choose auto width, align left, put in the center. Okay, we're going to create a frame, click on F, size 393 by 504. Spacing from the top navigation is 16. And inside, you can choose a photo from Unsplash, or you can use mine. Place the photo inside. Don't forget to clip content. Call it by image. Duplicate image frame. Hide the photo inside for the moment. We're going to use it after that. So we're going to create a square. Click on a rectangle. The size is going to be 260 by 260. Name it by base, use as mask. Duplicate and base. Take back the image, put on top, and the base is going to be below of the use as mask. We're going to put them in a frame. call it by crop. Select the base whose has mask, right click whose has mask. Okay, now click on the crop frame. Now we're gonna click on the frame, we're gonna name it by crop. Go to fill dinner, select the color of the background, and we're gonna add another color in the middle, and it's gonna be 0. Open the crop group, click on the base, delete fill, go to stroke, color white. Okay, width 3, outside. Now we're gonna create a line inside. Click on L, make sure the rotation is 90263, color white 20%. Go to advanced setting, choose dash, it's gonna be 6. You're gonna duplicate, we need 4. Select the 4 line, add an auto layout. We're going to do the spacing 87. I'm gonna duplicate the frame, go to rotation, negative 90. Select the two frame, right click on group. Now select all, the line, go to union selection. Now click on flatten selection. So you can see that all the layer, it's become one layer. So next step, we're gonna create the bottom. Okay, create a rectangle. Make sure the rectangle is at the top. The side 393, 258. Adding bottom and horizontal center. It's going to be the same color of the background. So we're going to create a curve separator. Search for the home page. I'm going to duplicate the separator. I'm going to put in here because we don't see anything. I'm going to add link at the top of the rectangle like this. Click on the rectangle. Hit it. Put it back in the frame. Horizontal center. Adding bottom. We're going to need a separator after that. Okay, now we're going to create the controller. Click on O. The size is 1069 and 1069. So I'm going to place this inside the frame. Remove fill. We're going to add stroke. The color is going to be width is going to be 10. Go to advanced dash 1 and 6. We're going to duplicate, but first I'm going to call it by stock 1. I'm going to duplicate. It's going to be stock 2. Change the color. I'm going to change to 20 dash 2 and 200. So I don't want to see the other part. So what I'm going to do, choose inner. So 100 in the middle and 0 on the right. I'm going to write 0. The size is 15. Go to which. I'm going to choose the same color. Click on O. The size is going to be 3 by 3. Remove fill. Stock the same color. Select the text and the ellipse. Add an auto layout. Spacing 0. Spacing from the stroke is 4. So we're going to create a category, but I'm not going to show you because this is the same technique that we did in the home page. Go to Asset, you will find the category and bring it in the frame. Okay, I'm going to remove fill, we don't need it. And now we're going to place the separator. At the bottom, it's not a save area, it's for the home indicator. So I'm going to bring my home indicator at the top. I need more space between the separator and the home indicator. So I have to move everything. I need to have an action button to cancel and for done. Right crop, bold, the size 15, auto which. Gonna choose the same color of this one because it's going to be the selected. We're gonna add an auto layout. Go to fix 844. Center alignment. Duplicate. Change to rotate. So we're gonna change the color to this color. Change to regular. Name the layer. Select rotate, crop, done, and cancel. Put in auto layout, spacing 22, adding horizontal center, and the spacing from the home indicator is 0. Now, let's do the spacing. Separator is going to be 8. It's going to be 8 from the top. And now the category is going to be 22. Okay, we're going to group them together. Call it controller. So the spacing between the category is 0. Click on the rectangle. Right click and click on frame. I'm going to put everything inside. Click content. And now I can see that my controller is cropped. And I don't want that. So I'm going to move it like this. Let's create the brightness screen. Duplicate. Change the frame name to brightness. We're going to delete crop. And we're going to change the icon. Go to asset. We're going to take the category for the brightness. And we're going to change it. Click on the category crop. Place to replace. Remove fill. I don't want the crop and the rotate. I'm going to create like a menu. If you want to go to filter, if you want to go to crop, to brightness. So we need the 3 icon in here. This one is for filter, and this one is brightness, and this one is crop and rotate. I'm going to ungroup the tab. I'm going to delete the crop and the rotate. So I'm going to select crop, adjust, and filter together. I'm going to put them in another auto layout. Spacing is 8. Adding horizontal. And the spacing is 0 from the home indicator. I'm going to select the frame, done, and cancel. Add them in another frame. It's going to be tab. We have to change the title to brightness. And now we are done. Now let's go to the next step. In this section, we're going to design the last part, which is the edit and filter screen. So this is all the design that we did so far. We're going to duplicate one frame. Let's take brightness. Change the name to filter. Change the title and align standard. We don't need separator. We don't need categories and controller. Remove the rectangle. Now select the image. Change the edge size to 482. I need more spacing. Now I'm going to zoom it. We're going to create a rectangle. The size is 70 and 90. Go to corner radius 3. Right click and fill with a photo from Unsplash. So I'm going to duplicate, change the size to 44 and 68. Go to rotation 10. So I'm going to align with the image like this. I'm going to move up 20 pixels. And then I'm going to duplicate. So duplicate going to be -10. So I'm going to align with the order. Can you see the red line? So stop here. Click on the selected photo. I'm going to add stroke, and it's going to be the same color of the selected. Click on Control C. Okay, so we're going to add some glow. Add drop shadow. It's going to be 1, then, and the color is going to be the same color. Click on Control C. Reduce the opacity to 40. We need shadow, -6, 0, 20, color black 50. Add another drop shadow, 6, 20, black 50. Add drop shadow to each. Copy property of the selected photo. I'm going to pass property to this one, but I'm going to remove the stock for this. And I'm going to delete the glow. So I'm gonna group everything. I'm gonna add in a group and call it filter. And the spacing from the tab is gonna be 16. Okay, now let's create a button. So let's call it Vivid Cool. Create a rectangle. The size is 80 and 35. Set then to corner radius. Okay, I'm gonna change the size to 13 instead. Copy the property of this button and I'm going to pass property. Go back to corner. Set then. I'm going to duplicate this rectangle. Remove fill. Go to stroke. Solid. Blend mode normal. Take the same color of the selected. Put side 1. Add inner shadow 0.2 and 0.2. And the color is black. Drop shadow 1 and 5 and the color is the same color of the stroke. Again, I'm gonna change the color of the text to the same color. So I'm gonna place at the top of the select image and the spacing is gonna be 16 from the slider of the filter and 16 from the top. And voila, we are done with this screen. Last step, I'm gonna duplicate. It's going to be very simple. Let's start with the home indicator. I don't have a title, but if you look at your iPhone right now, the title is the date of when you take the picture, but I'm not going to include it. So I'm going to delete the two icons, replace them to exit. Regular, pick the same color. Now add an auto layout. 44, centering mark. So click on vertical center. The spacing from the right is 20. Before I go too far, do you see something is not right? Of course. So the filter is not the same. I forget to change. So I'm going to change my image right now. Go back to the edit. I don't need the button anymore, the filter anymore. Click on the image. I'm going to change again the edge size to 579. So in this space is going to be photo slider. The design is pretty similar to the Apple designs. Create a rectangle. Add an auto layout. Spacing between them is 4. The middle is going to be bigger. The size is going to be 40 by 60. Click to the frame and click on centering mark. The spacing from the top is 8 and from the top is 8. Okay, we're going to change the image after that. Okay, now we're going to change the tab. I need the send icon. I'm going to replace to the Cancer icon. Add the like icon. I'm going to replace to the filter. Need the information. I'm going to delete this. I only need 4 icons. Spacing is going to be 16. Click on horizontal center. Now let's do a last checkup. Okay, so there's something that is very annoying in this part. Select the brightness again. Click on the rectangle. You're gonna exit. Select the top left and right corner. You're gonna move up. Click on the bottom and we're gonna click on clip. Okay, now it's better. And we are done, guys. So congratulations. We are just creating a full app.